Hi, everybody. This is Jerry Garrettson, Tabby at Law. I'm a immigration attorney in Florida, Los Angeles, California. I Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about continue to talk about the history of immigration law in the United States. But let's go ahead and read this here first. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creepeth thing that creepeth upon the earth." So let's go ahead and continue down our list here. These are the major statutes, laws that have been promulgated throughout the years, the history of our country, concerning immigration. And last time we left off, we were in 1952. We're going to jump to October 3rd, 1965. And you have national quotas replaced with annual ceilings for numbers of immigrants. There was a limitation on Western Hemisphere immigration, 120,000 per year, with the Eastern Hemisphere limited to 170,000. Because of the family preference put into immigration law. Immigration is now mostly chain immigration, wherein recent immigrants who are already in the U.S. sponsor their relatives. April 1st, 1980, created to provide a permanent and systematic procedure for the administration to the U.S. of refugees of special humanitarian concern to the U.S. and to provide comprehensive and uniform provisions for the effective resettlement and absorption of those refugees who are admitted. It establishes explicit procedures on how to deal with refugees in the U.S. by creating a uniform and effective resettlement and absorption policy. November 6, 1986, required employers to attest to their employees' immigration status and made it illegal to hire unauthorized immigrants. Did grant amnesty to some illegal immigrants. Okay, November 29th, 1990. Increased the number of illegal immigrants allowed into the U.S. each year. It also provided for exceptions to the English testing process required by the 1906 Act. September 30th, 1996, the immigrants unlawfully present in the U.S. for more than 180 days must stay outside U.S. for certain periods of time unless they are pardoned or waiver. Get a pardon or a waiver. And lastly, May 11, 2005, set requirements for the state driver's licenses and ID cards to be accepted by the federal government for official purposes as defined by Homeland Security. This piece of paper is dated November 2014, so there may be, I'm sure there is acts that are more recent, and I'll do a little research on that and get us up to date. What I wanted to say here is you can see how the law has changed. The immigration law has changed over the years from the beginning of our country, 1776, all the way to today. You hear the term that the Constitution, or in general our law, is a living, breathing document. And you got, of course, different philosophies and different ideas about that. And I think probably the most precise way to look at it is our country is made up of human beings who change. And the culture changes and people change. And thus, the government and our laws will change with our culture. We are a republic. We are a country that is, the Constitution is made by the people, for the people, right? So the laws will reflect really what the people demand and believe. At one time, this country, in the early 1900s, decided that alcohol was an evil and that we should prohibit and get rid of alcohol and not allow people in this country to drink alcohol. It's called prohibition, right? I think it was the 16th Amendment. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. We made an amendment to the Constitution, which is not an easy thing to do. Yet you need 2/3 vote in the Congress and the House and the Senate, I think. And then also you need the states to ratify. So unless it's a really popular law, it's not going to become an amendment to the Constitution. But during that time, this country, and this is around the time of World War I, decided, the people decided that we're done with alcohol. We don't want it. It's an evil. It's hurting families and our children. Of course, 3 years later, we got rid of prohibition, right? And with another constitution, I don't know if it was 3 years, but I think the 19th Amendment was canceled out the 16th Amendment. So anyways, the point is, in reading the history of immigration law, is that as our society changes and as people change and as our culture changes, the law just is a reflection really of the people. So this idea that, well, the lawyers and the judges, they make these laws and they put it on the people, and they ruin our country because the lawyers and judges and Supreme Court made all these laws and it ruined our country. Well, that's not the truth. The truth is that the lawyers and the judges and the Supreme Court and all the other courts are really just a reflection of our culture and our society. And like with my example, when our society decided that we don't want alcohol anymore, the courts and the judges and the lawyers responded and said, let's get rid of alcohol. And we had the 16th Amendment. When the culture changed, society changed, said we want alcohol again, we think it's okay. And we got rid of the 16th Amendment. So the same with immigration law. As society changes and they say we want more immigrants, then our laws will change and we'll have less restrictive immigration laws so that more people can come in legally. When our society changes and says we want less immigrants, we want it to be more, they're overrunning our country, then the laws will change. We'll have more stringent, right, laws, and of course political movements, build the wall, right? But that's not the lawyers and the judges and the Supreme Court that says build the wall. It's the people and politicians that come in and cater to the people. So anyways, that's it for today, and we'll move forward tomorrow. You guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time.